25. Hey, good morning. It's Monday morning, and yesterday I didn't get to quite cover the Sermon on the Mount fully like I wanted to. Remember, we said yesterday that radical love was a choice, and it was a choice, and it was measured by the actions that we take. And this whole Sermon on the Mount, Jesus is giving them actions to take to demonstrate this agape, this God type of love to other people. And the first one of those sections that we didn't talk about yesterday was to live peacefully with people. And this is a difficult saying because Jesus starts right off the passage in Matthew chapter 5. He talks about it in 38 and 39. He says, "You've heard it said, or you've heard that it was written, that it was an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth." Back in the Old Testament time, it was perfectly acceptable for somebody to do something to you, and it was perfectly within your right to do it back to them. That's the phrase, an eye for an eye. So if you took out their eye, or if they took out your eye, you could take out their eye. If they knocked out your tooth, you could knock out their tooth. And if they did something to your family, you could do something to their family. Now Jesus says, well, that was okay during the Old Testament. Radical love, or agape love, he was going to ratchet up the standard. And he was going to say, but I tell you to do this differently. He says if somebody slaps you, okay, turn the other cheek. Now, was Jesus really telling us to be pansies? Was he really saying that we should allow people to walk all over us? I don't look at Jesus that way at all. I don't believe Jesus was walked over. I certainly don't believe he was a pansy. This is what the real intent of that word or that phrase is it means that we're never as Christians to have evil done to us and then repay it with evil. That's what Jesus was trying to communicate. When something bad happens to us or evil happens to us, you're better than that. Love them through it anyway. That's God type of love. That's undeserved love. So that was the first principle that Jesus talked about. Because we live in a society that wants revenge. I mean, we want to get even with somebody when they do something against us. And Jesus very specifically said to believers, okay, if you're going to love people with a God type of love, you're going to love them unconditionally, deserved or not. It's a pretty tough challenge. I'm going to look forward to talking to you tomorrow when we look about forgiving people freely, and we'll see what that has to say and how Jesus put that into place in the Sermon on the Mount on tomorrow morning. Have a great day.